And good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Louis Sports Network. Hope you guys are having a wonderful Monday afternoon on this MLK Day. Make sure you guys hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. Make sure your post notifications are turned on. Make sure you're sharing on your social media platforms. Truly appreciate it. Like I said, hope everybody's having a wonderful day. For those who are working, continue to grind. Hope you guys are having a great time at work, man, and able to just, again, punch in the clock, being able to do what you got to do on the hustle and grind, man, and then hopefully you get home safely. And then for those who got the day off, hope everybody's enjoying their day off. I mean, and if you're watching NBA, enjoy the NBA games. And then also if you are watching the NFL, we got back-to-back games to the end of wild card weekend before we get ready for the divisional round. We got the Pittsburgh Steelers and the Buffalo Bills going on right now, and I'm actually going to watch that game as soon as I finish this video. And then we got the Eagles and the Buccaneers, who are dealing with some key injuries to Jalen Hurts and to A.J. Brown. I don't know how that's going to go, but I know that it's going to give the Buccaneers a chance to try to beat them. But, you know, make sure you guys enjoy those games. And now we're going to get on to this video. So what I wanted to touch on today is a ceremony that happened a few days ago in Chicago, and the Chicago Bulls had their ring ceremony, their Ring of Honor. And you know, a lot of the Bulls this was, I believe, from the 95 and 96 team that they were celebrating for the Ring of Honor. Jordan and Pippen could not be there. I know Jordan had a video made that was played in front of the fans. I know Phil Jackson got the loudest ovation when he was at the United Center. But then we get to Jerry Krause, which is the focus of this story and the focus of this video. When he got introduced by the fans, not by the fans, when he got introduced, the fans booed him. They mercifully booed him. And they showed a shot of his wife, Thelma Krause, and she looked very uncomfortable and got put into tears. Almost as if to say, why is the camera kind of focused on me? And I can't deal with the fact that I'm dealing with the fact that my husband is getting booed and he's no longer alive to be able to defend himself, at least. Because I think if Jerry was alive, I think he would have been fine. At least Thelma would have been fine because she had her husband next to her. But she had to deal with that on her own. And there's a lot of mixed reactions in terms of did she deserve it? Did she didn't deserve it? I'm going to say this. Her and her kids did not deserve it. But the thing is, what she has to understand is, I don't think the Chicago fans are booing Jerry, the man, who she knows personally more than any Chicago Bulls fan in that damn arena, and any historic Chicago Bulls fan who have been following the Bulls for as long as they have. They're booing Jerry Krause, the general manager of the Chicago Bulls. And what bothers me more than anything is, why the focus has always been about Jordan and Pippen and Jerry Krause and their relationship, and how Jordan and Pippen have berated Jerry Krause, not in front of people. But it bothers me that Jerry Reinsdorf, the owner, has been able to skate by free all these years that all this drama was happening during his ownership of the Chicago Bulls. He was the one that hired Jerry Krause. He was the one that gave Jerry all this power. Jerry had all the power to tell Phil Jackson that during the Last Dance season, it doesn't matter if you go 82-0, you're not coming back next year. Even though that there was discussions that Reinsdorf had already given Phil a deal and that Phil had turned it down. But he gave Krause all this power. And I called Jerry Krause the Napoleon Dynamite of the Chicago Bulls. He was not an attractive looking guy to, a lot of people. He had features that probably would have not made you he's not, a guy that he doesn't really draw attention. And I'm not saying that to disrespect him personally. It's just that, again, he doesn't have the personality that makes you want to be drawn to him. And so there was a lot of jealousy and envy. And so when you look at his character, there was an issue always as if about who gets credit for the championships, the organization or the players. And Jerry Krause felt differently compared to Michael Jordan in terms of their viewpoint on what is it about a champion, what makes a champion. In Jerry Krause's opinion, he felt that the organization is the one that deserves the championships, or because they're the ones that build the teams together. And Michael Jordan felt, when he mentioned this in his Hall of Fame speech about Jerry Krause, he has said that he feels that the players are the ones that have to put in the work to win the championships. And he said, and again, I'm phrasing what Michael Jordan said in his Hall of Fame speech. He said organizations play a part and have something to do with it, but he feels at the end of the day, the players are the ones that have got to go out there and execute. Because remember, let's say that Jordan and the Bulls, they don't win 6 championships, and let's say that they never got a chance to win an NBA title. Are we going to be blaming the general manager, or are we going to be blaming the players? Because people are going to say, well, Jerry Krause doesn't wear a uniform for the Chicago Bulls. He only plays in the front. He only works in the front office. He's not the guy committing the turnovers. He's not the guy missing free throws. He's not the guy that's putting an attitude and not wanting to play defense. Like, people are going to say all these things about the general manager. So does Jerry Krause deserve some credit? Absolutely. But I think what hurt Jerry Krause more than anything was the fact that he was not the guy that drafted Michael Jordan. Rod Thorne was. Because Jerry Krause was responsible for Pippen and Horace Grant and Bill Cartwright and all these other guys, all the other guys that came in. That's who he was responsible for. So I think it bothers him that he was not the guy that got to draft Michael Jordan, because the thing is, like I said, there was a lot of insecurity on Krause's part with how much popular Michael got, with the fact that Scottie and Michael were looked at as these heroes, along with Phil Jackson, as they were winning all those championships, because they were kind of on center stage. And to me, that bothered Jerry a lot, considering his personality. So that's why he was just putting his foot down and making sure that he felt that he was the most powerful entity in the office, when, like I said before, this all goes back to Jerry Reinsdorf. Why has he been able to skate free out of all the criticism all these years as the owner? Because he is part of the reason that this circus happened. He is part of the reason that Jerry Krause acted the way he did. I mean, am I wrong? I mean, let me know in the comment section. So does Jerry Krause's wife deserve to be treated like that? To get booed? No, neither do the kids. But like I said before, she knows Jerry the man more than Jerry the GM. She's gotten to see Jerry the GM probably on television, you know. We don't know what the conversations have been like between them. I mean, that's their business. But what I'm basically saying is a lot of fans know the story about Jerry the GM. Maybe they have not been in the front office in terms of conversations that have happened with the players and a lot of other members of the organization, including with Phil Jackson and the owner, Jerry Reinsdorf. But my point is, it's been since 1998 that they broke up that three-peat. And I think Jerry was getting tired of the fact that he wasn't really getting any credit, which is why he wanted to break up the team, because in his mind, he wanted to stick it to all those guys to show that organizations are the ones that make champions, not the players playing. And like I said before in this video, if Jordan and the Bulls don't win championships and are unsuccessful, what would people say? Are they going to say, why did Jerry put all these players together? Because he played a part in that? Or are they going to say, Jerry's not the one out there playing? You see, you can't have it both ways. That's what I'm trying to basically say. He deserves some credit for putting players together. But at the same time, the last dance starts and ends with Michael Jordan, because Jordan is the franchise player. You take Jordan off, are they going to win? I mean, yes, we could say that about Scottie Pippen too. Again, all those guys were integral parts of making the components of a championship team. But like I said before, you eliminate the number one option, the face of the franchise, that is Michael Jordan. Do they win? You take the complimentary Scottie Pippen, do they win? Depends on who they replace with for Scottie Pippen. Maybe, maybe not. We don't know. We don't know how things are going to go. We can't just make up the hypotheticals. We got to go with the facts. And the facts are, you take away that number one option, do they possibly win? And the thing is, we like I said, we'll never know. And it's like, most likely, it probably might not happen. So Jerry Krause isn't here to defend himself anymore. And like I said, the Bulls have not won a championship since he broke that team apart when they had their second three-peat in 1998. They haven't done anything since that time. And they thought that Derrick Rose and the new coming of the Chicago Bulls were supposed to be that next team. Had Derrick Rose and the Bulls been able to win a championship, Jerry Krause would have been able to kind of fill his mouth. but he wasn't really able to do that. And not only that, he's no longer with us, so he can't even really defend himself anymore. So it's an unfortunate situation. And like I said, people are going to have mixed opinions on it. So like I said before, I don't think that the wife and the children deserve to be booed, but they also need to understand that the reason that all of this happened is because the Napoleon Dynamite that is Jerry Krause had a lot of insecurities because of a lot of, like I said, a lot of things that he didn't have that Michael and Scotty and Phil had. And there was a lot of jealousy, a lot of insecurity. And he just didn't like the fact that he felt that he played a part and that he wasn't getting enough credit. And so that's why he felt like he had to impose his will and let people know that a lot of changes are going to happen around here because of me, which I go back to Jerry Reinsdorf. Why doesn't he get any blame for any of this? Because he partly allowed this circus to happen. But everybody wants to focus on Jordan and Krause, and nobody's pointing up to the real problem and the upper snake in the upper echelon, and that's Jerry Reinsdorf. But nobody wants to focus on him. I wonder why he gets to skate free. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, this is your boy Louis with another one. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section. With Jerry Krause getting booed when he was introduced, and also, do y'all think that Jerry Reinsdorf deserves an equal part of the blame, for what's happened? And it's just amazing that it never gets mentioned, man. It's all for content, all for clicks, all for base. Jordan and Krause sounds like the more interesting story. But like I said, nobody's talking about Reinsdorf. Everybody hush, 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 hush on him. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section, man. I know this was a bit of a longer video, but I just wanted to let you guys know what my thoughts are on that whole Ring of Honor situation. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section. Enjoy these games. Bless up, live, laugh, love. Thank you guys for watching.